Have you guys thought about living in Clovis, California and what it might be like buying a house there? If that is you guys and you want to live in the area of the highest ranked schools in the valley, then this is absolutely a video that you guys have to watch, because today we're going to be walking through these brand new models. They have not even been open for a week yet, guys. We have shown some spec houses in this neighborhood, but you guys are in for a treat today because these models are absolutely stunning. They are single story, guys, so if you are in the market for something single story, not two story, and you're looking to be in one of the highest sought after zip codes in the valley, this is a video for you guys. So let's dive in and have a look. So it's pretty cool. We actually were out here probably a couple months ago, and none of this was here, guys. It was all dirt right behind me. This is all dirt. These models were under construction during that time, but you know, it's always different, like seeing the neighborhood before everything is built out and then seeing it with beautiful models just like this. We're still in the first phase, guys. It's really cool to see it evolve and kind of develop over time. So we are pumped to show you both of these today. They're really nice, so I will stop talking and I will dive in so you guys can see. We're also going to be kind of doing a quick little drive around the area just to kind of show you kind of our new normal thing, just to kind of show you what this neighborhood actually looks like. So let's go, let's get on with it. This is the first one right here. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath plus a den, single story. Check it out. Check it out. Now, they always make the models look so beautiful. They're all dolled up. I mean, they look amazing. So check it out. Here's where we came in at. All right, so this is like super, super pretty, guys. I think you guys are gonna love this. So really quick, before we get too much into this, I just want to share with you really quick how this builder does it. As I just mentioned outside a couple minutes ago, this builder does sort of a hybrid thing on this particular product line. And what I mean by that is if you just say, hey, I need a house like in 30 to 60 days, whatever, you know, as long as it looks good, I'll take it. They've got some inventory out here that is move-in ready within the next 30 to 60 days. Of course, you're not going to be picking floor, cabinet colors, you know, exterior aesthetics, stone work on the front, backsplash, any of that, because if it's going to close in the next month, that stuff's already been picked, ordered, and most likely installed, okay? If you said, hey, I walked through the models, I really love the white kitchen, and I really love this floor right here, which is ceramic tile, you can build it that way from the dirt. It's about a 6-month build time, but you can do it. So I think it's kind of cool though, you know, it kind of gives buyers some options. Okay, real quick, guys, 2 bedrooms in the front plus a bathroom over here behind me, which we're gonna see. So as I talk, that's what we're gonna be looking at, guys. Anyways, so I kind of like that business model. It's sort of a hybrid where you feel like you have some voice in, you know, the styling of what you're purchasing, but it's not so extensive where it's like, oh my God, I gotta pick out every fixture, every light fixture, every faucet. You know, we got 37 types of stone for the countertops to pick from and 48 styles of backsplashes. Like, it's excessive in some cases. So their business model right now kind of reminds me of like the In-N-Out model where, hey, we got a few options on our menu. You can't go wrong with any of them, and you'll be happy with all of them. So I kind of like that, you know, it gives buyers a little bit of say-so in what they're buying. It lets them make it feel like it's a little more custom to their liking, so that's pretty cool. So that's nice. But you know, if you're not that person, if you prefer the, hey, let someone else pick everything as long as it looks good, I'm happy, we can do that too. So either option with this builder, you know, either option with this builder is something you can do. So we've got a good linen closet right here off the front bath. We've got 2 bathrooms in this home. All right, good sized vanity with 1 undermount sink here. So this is pretty nice, right? Quartz countertops, that comes standard in all of the homes. All right, this flooring is one of these standard flooring options. The only option for floor is if you want longer boards. These look like 6 by 24 inch boards. You can get longer boards, which is like $2,000 or $3,000 upgrade, and that's about it. There's not a bunch of flooring options or anything. This is a fiberglass insert tub, which is what we see in many of the new construction homes right now. All right. So for the most part though, in this home, what you see is what you get minus the design features. All right, so I say that with an asterisk. And what I mean by that is the shiplap on both sides here, these light fixtures and the artwork, none of that comes with it. It is just textured paint, which I will show you here, actually right here. So this is what the walls throughout the home will look like right here. So it's nice, it's a 2-tone paint. You've got the white casings here, and you got the nice texture there. So that's what the home will look like throughout. They spruce these things up because they're the models, but you can't get the shiplap through the builder. But I do have a contact who can do that if it's something that you really prefer the look of. So now this is a 3-bedroom house plus a den. So they've got this set up as a little living area plus, you know, office space with a little desk here. I have seen this set up as a formal dining room before, which is a nice look. This in my home, guys, if you have been following the channel for any amount of time and you know anything about me and my family, you already know where I'm going with this space. What would it be for, guys? A playroom, absolutely, because we have the kitchen right here, right off. Oh, I thought somebody was coming in, guys, I'm sorry. We've got the kitchen and living area right here, so this is very close. This would make a fantastic playroom for the girls, Sophie and Ellie. I think that's really a nice thing for them, right? So it's very nice in here. Check it out. Look at this thing, guys. It looks really, really good. I think that you guys are going to be very happy with what you're seeing here. All right, now over here, keep in mind, these homes do come pre-wired for these really nice pendant lights you see here. The pendant lights themselves do not come included, but they do come pre-wired. This kitchen though is a standard kitchen. This is what yours is going to look like. Of course, if you get the white cabinets, there are some different options, but of course this is the white cabinet option. And they're nice tall shaker style cabinets with a nice detail piece at the top. Ooh. You know what that means, guys. Wow, look at that, guys. All right, on to what matters most. Count it down, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, soft close, guys. I think we've met the test there, so that's pretty cool, guys. I like that. I think you're gonna love it as well. Lots of cabinet space in here. We've got a nice GE oven, and I believe this is an induction. Yes, I think this is actually an induction. It's definitely an electric stove. There is no gas pipe to this community whatsoever, so you do not have the option later to change it if you want. You are stuck with electric, but that's the way we're going in California, so that sort of is what it is. Over this way, that door there will take you to the standard 2-car garage. We're not going to go in there because that's actually the model office in this home, but that is a 2-car garage. It's drywall and taped. You've probably seen that in many of our other videos. And then we have this little space here, which is kind of a nice little feature. This actually comes included. Pretty cool. So if like on Thanksgiving, you want to put the desserts or something like over here out of the way, it's kind of a cool little feature. The shutters are a design item. They do not come with it, but they certainly look nice, and I also have a contact for that if that's something that you like the look of. All right, and then right behind me is the laundry room. So we've got a kind of a small counter right here, and comes with the wire rack that you see there, and it actually comes with these front load washer and dryers as well. So that's kind of cool. All right, so let's go this way and have a look at the living room. So this is actually a decent sized living room. It is very open concept. This house is just under 1,900 square foot single story, so it's a really good size. You know, that's a nice size sectional, not a huge couch, but it's a decent sized couch. That TV's kind of loud, so if that's in the background, I apologize. And then this is actually a good sized dining table right over here. This is actually a really good sized dining table, so very nice. Now, the backyard, let me show you what this thing looks like. Okay, really quick guys, if you are thinking about making a move within the city, if you live here already, or even if you're relocating from out of the area, reach out to us guys. Our info is right here on the screen for you. We want to help you guys make the right move to the right neighborhood when you do make the decision to move here. I've had clients reach out to me in the past that said, Casey, we moved to a spot, our agent didn't tell us where to go, so we just bought wherever. And you know, it's not your agent's job to like tell you where to buy, but it's their job, my job, to educate you guys, especially if you're not from here. You need me to share with you the areas you don't want to go, the good, the bad, and kind of the realistic expectation of what you can get out of any particular neighborhood in the area. So that's what we're here for. So reach out to us if that person is you thinking about making the move, and subscribe to the channel guys if you haven't already. All right, now look at this. This is a really, really nicely done backyard. The yard is a decent size. It is not like a gigantic yard or anything, but it's certainly large enough. You can spend some time back here, do a second birthday party like we're gonna be doing here for Sophie in the next couple of months. Cannot believe she's gonna be 2 already, guys. So, behind the wood over here, you have your AC condenser on the ground. All right. This is how basically all the new homes are being built out here. They have a split unit, so part of it is up in the attic, the other part is out here on the ground, the condenser that is. All right. So pretty nice. Now, just FYI, this house does face west. So we are looking at the east side of the home, which is the rear. All right, it is about 5 o'clock right now, just to give you guys some perspective on what your yard could look like if it's facing west, right? That means you're gonna have afternoon sun, but all the living space and backyard, of course, is in the back of the house, which means you're gonna have shade out here sooner. And that might be nice. Like if I was gonna barbecue right now, this is like perfect weather today, guys, to do that, especially out here in the shade like we're seeing here. So that's nice, right? All right. We have not yet seen the primary bedroom. So let's dart across, guys, the living room here. Go into the cove, which is what I like. Oh, you know what, real quick. I kind of was talking a lot and skipped right through the pantry. This is a fantastic size pantry here, okay? You have your attic access right up there through that entry space. And this is our pantry. So it's great size, good size walk-in. I love that. And I really do think that you guys will also. And I don't know if I showed you this or not, but I'm gonna show you guys again just in case I haven't. It's kind of cool, right? Good storage. So, all right, the primary, guys, here we go. We step into the cove. We're in, wow, another closet. All right, this has got good storage. You can put your vacuum in one, your coats in the other, your linens up in the front. I've seen 3 storage closets in this home so far, and I'm not hating it. I really, really like that actually. So check it out. Now, something else, you're seeing a thermostat right here in the primary, and there's another thermostat right over there on the wall. All right there, guys. What are those for? Those are for zoning. So we've got different zones in this home. So you can change the temp to your primary bedroom to whatever you want that's different from the rest of the house. This room is a decent size. It is not as big as the one we're gonna see in the next house. That master bedroom is gigantic. This one's not bad. That one's definitely bigger. Now, really quick, before we go any further, are you liking this house so far? If the answer to that is yes, you are liking this house, you're gonna wanna stick around because the one we're gonna see right after this one here in just a few minutes is like this one on steroids. They've added a bedroom, added a bathroom. They've heightened the ceilings about a foot, made it bigger, and all around it's just the next step up from this. So stick with us, guys. We're gonna see that in just a few, but let's finish up the primary here. Then we'll head over there. So we've got a tiled shower in here with a nice bench. That's a really nice feature to have, especially if you're aging. It's nice to have that. We're all aging actually from day one, so it's nice for all of us. You don't get these lights up here in a lot of the new builds. I know that sounds like a crazy thing to exclude, but I do mention that in some homes. Like, I've done this before. I've said, hey, if you're putting on your makeup or brushing your teeth or shaving, like, you want to be able to see the light, right? In some cases, you really can't see that because there's no light right there. You just have these. So it's nice that that's standard, these lights here, in these homes. So that's really cool. So, all right, we've got our water closet here. I call it the toilet room, but it's called the water closet. And this door swings outward, guys. You can tell by where the hinges are placed, which is very smart. More storage, okay, an additional linen closet right here. And then a fair-sized primary closet here. Not giant. It's not like, oh my God, look at that closet. But it's certainly sufficient, big enough, and I think it'll get the job done. So anyways, so what do you guys think of this? Is it a house that you guys are open to like seeing in person? Because if you are, let me know. I'll set the appointment with the builder. If you come out here before, guys, oftentimes the builder says, hey, Casey wasn't with you on your first visit, so therefore he's not gonna get to be a part of the deal. And I don't want that to happen. So call me, guys. Let's set up a time and check this thing out together. So it is bright out here, as you can tell, right? It's a little bright, but that's okay. It's beautiful weather, guys. And they're building right across the street from the models. You have all this new construction right here. You can see how much they're building out here as well. It is insane. So this next house is 2162 square feet. All right, before we go in, I'll talk on this one really quick. It's another single story. It's got 10-foot ceilings throughout the entire home. It is beautiful. A very impressive entryway that you're gonna see right now. It's got 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, and really a lot of things I think you're gonna like. So let's take a gander and see what you think. So here's the entryway where we just came in. This looks stunning. It's got 10-foot ceilings, guys. I just got done saying that out front. It is really pretty. They called this over here board and batten. So if you like the look of this, I do have a guy who does a fantastic job. In fact, we had some of this done in my home. He does crown molding, very detailed, meticulous finish work kind of guy. I love all the staging, everything they've done here, guys. I don't think I would have done any of this differently. It looks amazing. So up here in front, we have a room full of windows. Look how cool that is, guys. Check out these windows. Just take a second and appreciate that. I mean, you're not gonna sleep in the day here unless you get some blackout curtains, but if you like natural light, guys, this is definitely a home and an elevation you should consider. Now, what is it that I mean by elevation when I say that phrase? I'm referring to the exterior aesthetic of this home because the window placement is different depending on what you select. This is a modern elevation, so we've got that side wraparound window. It is really, really pretty, guys. So every room in this home has that light, which I know is like a $29 light fixture, but they do that so that you can install whatever you want and they're not charging you a bunch of money for something you don't like the look of, but you're still getting a light. So that's why they do that. These are all pre-wired right here for fans, and they're on dimmers. So really, really nice. Something else you're gonna notice is, do you see the height of that door? These are 8-foot doors in this home, which is definitely more grandeur than your typical 6'8" door, which we saw in the last home. So I want you to take all this in. I'm not sure if the video is doing it justice, but it is really, really nice, guys. I really like this one. So, and look at the window up there above the 8-foot front door. Really nice. Lots of natural light, guys. If you like natural light, this home is gonna give you a little more of that. So here on my right, this door will take you out to the garage, which again is locked in this home. All right, but let's keep going. So we've got the laundry over here. All right, this looks stunning. I love the half, quarter, whatever. It's like a third of the wall, not quite. I don't know. I love the board and batten, how it doesn't go all the way up. I like that it just covers a portion of the wall. It looks really, really nice. This is your communications panel here that you'll use for your internet and all of that jazz, guys. Again, it does come with the front loaders and the counter and the cabinets that you see here, but the wire rack up top. So anyways, one more look at that entry just because it's really, really impressive looking. So, all right, now, if you like that, well, we're gonna see this first, actually. Here's a closet real quick, guys. Storage closet. I know it's not as exciting as what you're about to see, but hey, you got to see it all, right? All right, check this thing out, guys. Tell me what you think of this. Let's start in the kitchen. So we've got a really nice countertop here. It's a quartz material, comes with the refrigerator that you're seeing right there. It's a full-size fridge, fits nicely in there. It's got the water feature right there. They've done sort of a chef's kitchen look in this home without the microwave above the stove. The microwave is actually over here on my left. All right, so that's kind of cool. Lots of cabinet space in this home. Everything is soft close, which is exactly what I would expect at this particular price point. By the way, if you're wondering what these things cost, stick around, because here in just a couple of minutes, we're actually going to dive into the pricing that we'll know. In some cases, what matters most, I know price is very, very important to all of us, but I want the home to matter. I want you to not buy something because it's cheap. I want you to buy something because you love it, and let's find something you love at a price that makes sense for you. And this may or may not be that, but it's an option, so let's keep checking it out. Good sized pantry, I love that. All right, now look at this, guys. Look how nice and pretty this looks here. This looks really, really nice, guys. Some stuff in this home that you get that you don't get in the last house is that 12-foot slider, guys. Doesn't that thing look like wow factor? To me it does. It's like wow factor. I love the big slider. I love that it comes with this nice covered patio. Well, both houses actually come with a covered patio. But this house comes with a really, really nice size covered patio here. You're probably still gonna do some concrete, extending this out. Let me just show you the yard real quick. So kind of a similar concept to the last yard with the landscaping and whatnot. AC is still over here. All right, we've got some nice olive trees in the back. Now this will come dirt. Everything that's beyond the covered area is going to be dirt. But like I said, we can talk about all that stuff later. This just kind of gives you a glimpse of what yours could look like if you chose to buy a home like this. It's got the pre-wire for the fan out here. Many of those features are upgrades with other builders, not with this one. It is standard. Very nice. So it's a really nice, entertaining space. I love, 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 love the high ceilings in here, guys. It gives it a very grand, volume-esque sort of feel. It's really nice. I think you guys are gonna love this one. Let's keep going. There's a lot to see, guys. We haven't hardly seen anything yet. Okay, so we come in from here. Now over here, they call this right here a flex space, right? Now, what do you do with this? They've got it set up as sort of a sitting area, which is kind of cool on one hand. It's kind of cool on one hand, guys. I mean, on the other hand, it's very close to the living room, so I'm not sure what that would be if this was my home. Actually, I do know. It would be a playroom, just like I said in the last house. Perfect play space, guys, right here. This is an absolutely perfect space to have your little ones play. You can contain all their toys over in this area and utilize it for something like that. I love the lighting that they did in here. I'm not sure how those things are even wired in, but it's really cool. So, all right, on to the dining room. Obviously this home is a very, very open concept, right? So that is like a 6-person, probably standard size table. You could add a leaf or two, and it would of course extend out this way. I would say like for holidays, things like that, you could do that. One issue I see with extending the table is that there's a lot of symmetry over here. So if you kind of look at where the windows are placed and then you have the light fixture right in between those, if you were to extend the table to the right, you know, like if you added a leaf and you didn't slide it down, it would be offset. But if you extend, you know, put 2 leaves in it and then you drag it each way, I don't know if I'm even making sense. So if you extend the table and you still have it centered, you're going to be eating up this space here, which would be okay. You know, you could put fur baby food and water like right over here or something. But I love this floor plan. I feel like it's just a great size home. And these 10-foot ceilings really add a lot. Now, this looks a little narrow, if I'm being honest, right here. Like, I don't know, does that look narrow? Maybe it's not narrow. It just looks a little narrow, like to get furniture through here. But I'm sure well, I guess it doesn't make any difference because clearly they got furniture through it. So I guess I will stop with my opinions because they actually got furniture through it just fine. They did a board and batten wall in here. Very, very nice accent wall. This is a great looking guest room. Now, in terms of functionality with this home compared to the last house, guys, I want to talk on that for a second real quick. Here's a full bath, very similar to the other one that we've seen already. Nice little built-in here. Okay, so something that I actually never ever in my life thought about or cared about was the functionality of the bedroom proximity to the primary. So what I mean by that, the primary is right down here. We're gonna go in that little cove there in a minute. We're gonna take a look at the primary. It's actually a lot bigger than the last house. So hang on guys, we're gonna see in a sec. But with little girls, I love having a room this would be ideal right here. Because I love having a room off the primary, okay? This is close enough, it would make a fantastic nursery if you got little ones or something. For me, this would be perfect because they could be in that room there, versus the other house, the only 2 bedrooms were in the front and then the primary was in the back, kind of like this house. But this home, you gain this middle room, if you will. So that's a nice feature that I think is definitely worth considering. And if you are in the process of having kids, or you've got 1 or 2, you're gonna have more, go for the bigger house, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you, when my wife and I bought our home, we were gonna do a 3-bed, and then we actually ended up switching to a 4-bed and going that route because we thought, if we move into a 3-bed, it's fine today, but in 3 or 4 years, it might feel small. So we want something we could grow into more. So if you're at that stage of life where you're looking to grow the family, get the house with the extra room. I think that you might thank me later for that. Anyways, let's head on down to the primary, which is right down this hallway here. Let's check it out, guys. All right, we have another closet, guys, right here. Right, this is good storage. One thing I've noticed on these houses is that there's relatively good storage compared to a lot of the other stuff we've been seeing. Right, now check this out. Not sure if it looks as big as I made it sound like it is, but I mean, look at all the space from the end of the king size bed over here. It's a good size. You could do a lot with this. I love that these ceilings are vaulted in here, and it's really nice. You did a really nice board and batten wall. That's kind of the theme of this home. It looks really pretty. It's got a certain elegance to it that I think's really pretty. And I'm a crown molding guy, right? I'm a crown molding guy. I kind of got a thing for crown molding. So when I see crown molding done the right way, this looks good. I like that, so. All right, now let's check out the primary bath. You do gain a tub. You didn't have that in the last house, but you get it in this one. This is all tiled around. All right, what do you guys think of this? Do you guys like this? You don't really get the bench that you had in the last house. I mean, I guess you could try to balance yourself on that for a second if you had to. All right, closet is very similar. It's a little bigger. Let's take a peek at this here. Yeah, you know, this is workable. Pocket doors would make a lot of sense in tight spaces like this, in my opinion. If the door just slid into the wall, it would be out of everybody's way and there'd be no issues. So that's just a little thought. Your water closet, toilet room, AKA right there. Something else, guys, some of the builders are not putting fans in here anymore. Believe it or not, I could tell you a list of floor plans I've been showing lately where there's not an exhaust fan in the toilet room. This one, you have it here and there. It's little stuff like that that I find builders are skipping on to cut costs. Things that people don't typically notice right off the bat till you move in, and then like 3 months later you're like, honey, you know what's weird? There's no fan in the bathroom. And he's like, oh, well, you're right. You know, and there you are. But they don't really skimp on anything with this builder, which is what my experience has been with them. So take that for what it's worth, but I like that, knowing that. So all right, now let's go back out and have another peek at this. It's nice. It's really nice. So if you have any questions on this house, just let me know, because it's what I do, guys. It's what I love to do, and it's what I do all the time, is help people find homes. I've got people right now, by the way, I can't even think. Santa Rosa. I'm drawing a blank, guys. Help me out. Where are you guys from? We've got people from all over the country, actually. We've got clients in New Mexico, Wisconsin, Santa Rosa, San Jose, San Francisco, Virginia, South Carolina, Arizona, Washington, D.C., North Carolina, Florida, New York, all over the place, guys. They're reaching out to us all the time saying, Casey, we come across the videos. We love your approach. It's a very non-pressure, non-invasive approach, which is exactly right. And I'm glad that that's coming across the way that it is through the videos, because the goal here is not to hurry up and make someone buy a house. It's to help you guys find the right home. And it could be this weekend. Honestly, you could reach out today. It could be this weekend. It could be in 2.5 years from now. It's your guys' money. You're the ones working every single month. Once you move into the house, I'm gone, right? I'm long gone. Just like buying a car. That guy's telling you what a great deal it is. Where is he gonna be in 6 months when I gotta make the payments and I gotta put tires on the thing, right? Well, that'd be kind of short to put tires 6 months, but you know, you get what I'm saying, right? When we have clients, we build relationships with them. My wife's baby shower, we had, I think, 100 people there, and 80 of them were past clients, and we don't even like calling them clients. You guys become friends, right? So you've been on the journey with us, especially the YouTube journey, for the last year and a half or so. So we really appreciate you guys. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's hop in the car, let's drive around, show you what this area looks like. We'll go to pricing and then we'll call it a day. All right, so we snuck back through the office, said our goodbyes, guys. The people at this builder, by the way, are fantastic to work with. We have sold a ton of homes by this builder and we love working with them. It's a very easy, smooth process. And that's nice, you know, it makes a huge difference, the people that you are working with, honestly, in my experience anyways. That's kind of a very important thing. So we're out here kind of after hours. Construction is gone, but you can kind of see, you know, these homes kind of during the construction phases. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool seeing this stuff, guys. It's a beautiful day, by the way. So we'll hop in the car right now and do a quick little drive around the area and we'll check this thing out. Okay, I promise we are gonna get in the car right now and go. I just thought of one more thing I wanted to say. Something nice when you're these are just a couple like little pro tip, you know, wisdom types of things that I like to share. So when you guys are buying a home, you know, think about where the lot is. You know, sometimes people don't value certain things as much as I wish that they would. For example, if you bought that house like right there, or the one like right here where this car is parked, you have all this parking across the street from you guys, you know. There's a lot of value to that. You know, you're not facing your neighbor, which is okay. It's not like you guys are gonna be like sitting in your living room looking out the window with binoculars at your neighbors. Like the living room's in the back of the house anyway, so you could not do that even if you wanted to. But I just want people to look at this. So like if you bought this house, for example, right here, okay? All that parking along there, you like to have guests and whatnot. That's a really, really nice thing. Comes in handy, I know from experience on that anyways. Something else is that most of these new construction areas have these, what are called city boxes right here. Okay, this is where your mail is gonna be delivered. Things like that. You know, they will put packages in there if it's, I think USPS will put packages in these little boxes and then give you the key. Otherwise, your package will be delivered up on your porch if it's Amazon or something like that. But corner lots like this, you know, imagine this guy. He's gonna have all the parking across the street, all this parking here. I mean, it's kind of nice, right? So, I don't know, take it for what it's worth. I don't know. It was just something I thought, oh, I should talk on that real quick. So there you guys go. All right, now we are gonna hop in the car right now. All right, so by the way, I was just told today that there's going to be a total of 3 phases of this area in Clovis. So we are currently in phase 1. Models just opened. They've sold quite a bit of inventory, but still have quite a bit for sale. Let me show you this really quick. So right down there through the window, guys, facing west, that over there, all that dirt is going to be the next phase, right? That is going to be phase 2, and then phase 3 is going to be just north of here based on what I've been told. Something about this neighborhood that is interesting is that I do not see sidewalks. So I know along the fence it appears that there's going to be sidewalks, and there may be sidewalks, but I don't think there's going to be, and I'm gonna tell you why here in just a second. Because first of all, you see none on the right-hand side. So that's one key indicator that there's no sidewalks. The other key indicator is maybe we're thinking, hey, maybe they're gonna just be on the interior island. Well, at the corner of the curb there's no little ramp to, you know, get off that curb. Can you see that? So there's not gonna be sidewalks here. So this shows you what the finished product looks like. These homes here are completed. They already have people that have moved in. These here have, well, some of these have been purchased. Some of these are available. It just depends on the lot in particular. But it kind of shows you how close they are together or how far apart they are, however you want to look at it. And it shows you what the exterior aesthetics look like. And let me go back this way. And this shows you kind of the finished product of what you can expect. That's the landscaping that you're going to get. And I know you've been seeing this stuff on the drone footage throughout the video, but I just wanted to kind of do a drive around and show you really quick. So this is really about what you can expect out here. certain elevations, like this is a Spanish. I don't think they're offering Spanish anymore. They've had a lot of people asking for the other ones, so they're focusing on some of the others. Now you'll also see that we've got a couple of 2-stories out here, which we're going to be back out here in a couple of weeks showing you guys those. So stick with us there. This backyard is basically 2 backyards. It's going to be shared. Okay. And that's really the whole community. Where I started this driving portion was right over here on this street, and I went in a circle. So you've seen all of phase 1 so far. So I'm actually going to exit this community right here. All right, this is where the gate is going to be. All right, this is what's around here. And again, guys, we are in the Clovis area, okay? So if you've heard of the Central Valley, you've heard of Fresno, then I'm sure you've probably heard of Clovis. It is a growing area, and Clovis Unified School District is one of the absolute most highly sought after school districts in the state, actually. I attended Clovis Unified. I went to Lincoln, Kastner, and I'm a Clovis West guy. So I went to Clovis West, guys, and I mean, I'm not saying that means it's good. I'm not saying I turned out perfect or anything like that, but I'm just letting you know I went through the schools. I had a good experience, nothing to complain about. Then again, I had nothing to compare it to, so really what do I know when it comes to any of that? All except for the fact that I do know that it is rated very, very highly, and I want my kids going to that school district personally, so hopefully that means something. But this is what it looks like out here, guys. We're kind of in the North Clovis area. All right, there's a lot of areas in Clovis that are definitely older. This is one of the newer growing areas because, as you saw, we did see model homes today. This builder has been out here for years, building, I think 60 years now, or maybe more than 60 years building in the valley. They are a local company, locally owned, local people. It's still a very personal touch, one-on-one type of deal. So check it out, guys. This is kind of what you can expect. Lots of big trees and shrubs and plants and bushes, and a very lush looking part of town. It's not all dead and, you know, sad looking. It looks nice and alive. All right. So, that's kind of what you can expect out here. All right, guys, so we're not going to go too far here. I just want to show you guys just a little bit. All right, so hang out with me just a minute, guys. So this is Shepherd Avenue, guys. I want you to just see what it looks like here. Because if you're not from here, if you're relocating from like across the country or something, and you've never been here before, believe it or not, a lot of my clients say, hey, we're relocating to the Fresno area, and we've actually never been to Fresno in our lives before. You've got to see this, all right? So this kind of shows you a little bit. And then I want to do just a really, really quick segment right up here at the Row, which is probably the nearest strip. It's really, really upscale, kind of fancy, so I thought you guys might want to take a look at it. All right, guys, so we are getting up here to the Shepherd and Willow intersection. I know you haven't seen anything yet, guys. Hold on. Let's see. All right, so right up here on my right. I'm not going to get out today, guys, because we're going to actually be doing another video here very, very, very soon on this whole intersection, because there's actually quite a bit here. But it's a really, really nice sort of upscale type of strip. These are some high-end apartments here. That is not what the video is about today, but I want you to see just how nice this actual area here is. So the Other Side Cafe is fantastic. Again, we're going to be talking more about this stuff. We've got a lot of stuff in store for you guys here in the coming weeks and months. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You'll be notified when these videos do go live. We've got a really good meat market here. We've got a salon here, a couple of really nice, very quaint boutique style places here. In fact, one of these places right up here, you're going to see in just a minute, I actually go to buy my wife flowers. And for Valentine's Day this year, Ellie was 2 days old, guys. You heard it, 2 days. Very, very small, very, very young. I came here and got my wife flowers and both of my daughter's flowers, little mini bouquets. And it's really, really nice. The owners are very, very nice. In fact, I might interview them here in the upcoming video. But this is like a very close strip. If you want to get out, grab something to eat. We've got Saizon over here, which is superb. If you haven't tried it, you absolutely should. I'm actually going to turn back around here. Let's see if my turning radius is any good in this car. Yes, it is. I'm driving the wife's car today, guys. So, not that that means anything, to be honest with you. Who cares? But, all right. So, Drip Tea Cafe. Very, very cool outdoor seating type of place. I just wanted to come back by because I'm not sure if you guys saw Saizon. This place straight ahead here, it's like the place where the sun's hitting it for a reason, guys. Just kidding, that's dramatic. But it is really good. It's kind of a fusion. Like you buy everything individual and everyone kind of shares type of thing. Like it's really, really good. You guys should absolutely give it a shot if you haven't tried it before. And then you can see Ampersand's here is a local ice cream place. There's a line out the door apparently because it's just that good, guys. So give that a shot. So, and all this being said, we are 5 minutes from the homes that we're showcasing today in the video. I just wanted to show you a little glimpse of what's around here. Everything else we'll talk about later, but for now, why don't I get out of here and talk pricing, and we'll go to the map and we'll do all of that, and then we'll call it a day, guys. All right, let's talk pricing and let's talk map, guys. First off, let me go to the map, show you where we are today, kind of within the state and then within the city specifically. Then we will dive right into pricing after that in just a couple seconds, guys. So let me dive into the map here. Real quick, guys, I just have a quick question for you. How many of you guys knew that Fresno is actually the 5th largest city in California? A little fun fact, I always like to share that because it's interesting little thing to know about the area. Anyways, people oftentimes ask me, Casey, why do so many people move to the Fresno area? I thought everyone's moving out of state. How come everyone's moving there? The reason why is because if you want to be in California, this is, in my opinion, the best place to be. For a few reasons. Now, arguably, yes, would it be awesome to live with an ocean, be with the coast? Absolutely. But considering cost and quality of life and job opportunity and all of that stuff, this is actually a fantastic place here in the Central Valley. You're like 2 hours, 2.5 hours from the nearest coast. You are an hour from the mountains, an hour to the gate of Yosemite. So there's lots of things to love about this place, guys. And we actually have other videos on why people like living here. But anyways, with all of that, let me go to the map, show you where we actually are today. So if you are relocating from out of state and you've never been here or never heard of this place before, we are, of course, on the western side of America, right? So we're right over here, guys. And then we've got San Francisco up north, Los Angeles, Anaheim, Long Beach, all of that down south, Santa Barbara. We've got the Central Coast, which is about 2 hours and 20 minutes away. We've got Santa Cruz, Monterey, Pismo Beach, Big Sur, the Bixby Bridge, all of that cool, really popular, famous stuff. California is known for their beautiful coasts. I mean, check it out, guys. Who wouldn't want to sit there and sip on some coffee while looking at that, right? So anyways, you go 2.5 hours or so inland and you get to Fresno County. Now, there's a couple different ways you can get here, right? Well, it depends on where you're coming from, first of all. You can fly in to the International Airport, Fresno Air Terminal. All right. A lot of people traveling here from out of state fly into this airport, hitch a ride. Just kidding. They're probably not hitching a ride, but getting a rental car, or we can pick you up if you're traveling here, whatever works. It's a hub though, right? It's a big airport. It's kind of cool to have that here close by. But if you're traveling from out of town, you're either going to wind up on Highway 99. Likely you'll be on Highway 99 at some point, which is this one here going from the upper left to the lower right of the screen. This is where you find all the semi-trucks, all the big rigs hauling everything. It gets pretty chaotic. The speed limit is 70, but if you're going 70, you need to get out of the way because people are zooming by. It is kind of one of those freeways. 41's a little bit lower key. It does, you know, get a little hectic, but it's not too bad. It feels like more of a local freeway to me, if that makes any sense. 99 is what turns into I-5. Highway 41, though, will take you all the way north to Yosemite, or south. You can get to Pismo Beach. Couple interchanges farther down, and you get to Pismo Beach. We've got Highway 180, which is kind of the main thoroughfare. This one lower here going from the lower left to the right, going horizontally across the screen from east to west, west to east. That freeway is actually also known as Kings Canyon Road, and hence the name. It will take you all the way to Sequoia or Kings Canyon National Park. They're all up that way, eastbound from here. So that's pretty cool. The fourth and final freeway in the area is Highway 168, which is this one here that kind of goes through Clovis, actually right kind of by Fresno State University, which we have here, CSU Fresno. Right there, guys, and then it'll take you by Save Mart Center, through Clovis, all the way up through Prather, and all the way up to the Sierra Nevadas, which are literally a stone, well, not literally a stone's throw. They are very close, guys. An hour you can be there, or less in some cases, depending on how fast you drive, you know, but go the speed limit, guys. All right, now, as I zoom around, you actually see lots of little lakes here. You have Millerton Lake, you've got Pine Flat, Eastman, Hensley, Shaver, Bass, Huntington. All these little blue areas are lakes. I mean, I used to own a boat. I don't anymore. That was fun to some degree. It was a lot of fun, actually. I loved having a boat. You know, my wife and I would take it to Millerton Lake before we had kids. We would take it to Millerton Lake all the time. We'd go up there for sunset boating. We would call it, you know, on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday afternoon, float around, come back at sunset. But nowadays it is just too hectic. So we sold the boat last year. Shout out to my friend Chris for helping me get that over with. But you can certainly get a boat, take it up here. It's, you know, half hour to the lake. You can rent a boat, which might be better depending on how into it you are. Anyways, I'm talking a lot. Let me show you actually where these homes are today. So they're in North Clovis, up here off of Shepherd Avenue. It is the Clovis North boundaries. So if you have little ones, Clovis Unified is a top-ranked school district, as I mentioned earlier. And Clovis North is actually the high school for this neighborhood. So that is really, really a huge selling point for a lot of people looking to move here. Now, this community is gated, okay? It is an HOA. The HOA is $150, you know, $150, $160 a month. The gate's not operable yet. It's not even installed. You're seeing it right here. But oftentimes these new communities say that here's what the cost is. You know, let's say it's $180, but it's projected to go down to $160 maybe when the community is built out, because more homeowners moving in paying HOA means increased revenue. Not sure if it ever actually goes down, but that's what a lot of these builders will tell us. So we're assuming that's true. And then we talked about the row, right, which is right over here, guys. We did a quick little drive. We came from the right-hand side of your screen. We came up Shepherd going west, and then we turned in. Whoops, sorry, guys. We turned in right here. And then we did a little drive through here, and we saw the Other Side Cafe. I told you that this place is fantastic. I mentioned Ampersands. I mentioned a few of these little boutique shops along here, as well as Saizon and the Meetup, which is a local meat market. So, and I mentioned Drip Tea Cafe. So this is what we just drove through a little while ago. We're going to have a video coming out here soon on all of this stuff at the intersection. If you go catty corner from this, you get to Enzo's Table, which is a really, really neat place, which, again, stick around, guys, subscribe, because we are going to be having more content coming out on all of that. But this is actually a really, really great area to be. Really, honestly, kind of at any stage of life. It's just a desirable spot, right? And if you're here at the row, which is like 5 minutes from the houses, you just go northbound, and guess what, guys? There's Clovis North for you right here, right? Are you wondering what all this is? Okay, this is the campus, so check it out. We've got all kinds of tennis courts, we've got pools, I mean, this looks like a little tiny MLB stadium. Look at that. That thing is manicured beautifully, right? You've got a nice track. I mean, this is top notch, guys. I'm not just saying it. It's really, really nice. Now, if you go south here, all right, you just hop over this intersection here. And this here is Clovis Community College. So let's say you've got some kids, a couple in high school, then your oldest son or daughter is in college, going to the junior college. It's very close. It is right here as well. This up here is a church right over here. All right, and then we've got all sorts of stuff, guys, nurseries and all kinds of stuff up here in this area. And then if you want to get, fancy, you can go north a little bit to Copper River Country Club. That is what's right up this way. And again, I will kind of zoom this back out and flip it back to the other style so you can see where we're actually at today. But there we go. So anyways, I hope this is helpful for you. I hope I'm not boring you too much. And if I am, this will excite you because I'm going to dive into pricing right now, guys. So, all right, first house we saw today in the video is actually one of 5 floor plans in this community. And it is actually the smallest single story and smallest floor plan there is in here, okay? It's a 1887 square foot floor plan, 3 bedrooms plus that den where there was the couch and the desk, if you recall. It's got a 2 bathroom and standard 2-car garage. That home starts at $554,990. Let's just call it $555. With solar, you're probably looking at around $580. We can negotiate a fantastic seller credit in terms of an incentive for these to get you a rate probably sub 5%, which is insane because national rates are above 6.5 right now. And that is, that can change anytime. That's just as of when this video was created. So if you like the house and that price doesn't sound too bad, then you might want to consider the larger one of the two, which is our preference. That is the 4-bed with the flex space. If you recall, it's got the big slider, the higher ceilings, the 8-foot doors, and the extra bathroom. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath. That one's 2162 square feet. That home starts at $596. $990, let's just call it $597. You might be at $625 when it's all said and done out the door, with a very nicely spec'd home in a fantastic area in Clovis, guys, in a beautiful gated community with an affordable HOA in the best school district in the valley. So if that all sounds good to you guys, reach out to us. We're here to help you check these homes out, make the deal work for you, and help you relocate on your time, guys. So thanks for watching. Stick around, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks again.